Lesson 39, Memorization. Over the past few lessons, we have learned the different forms of jo soy, and we've done it in sort of a piecemeal fashion. We've learned one form at a time, and sometimes we even had an extra lesson to talk about pronouns, such as él and ella and ellos and ellas. But now that we've gotten through all of these verbs, and we're familiar with them all, I just wanted to put them here in a chart so that you can see them all together and see how they sort of relate to one another. And we're going to learn more about this type of chart a couple of lessons from now. But for right now, I just wanted to sort of group all of these verbs together and allow you to see them in such a way where you can memorize them as a group. As a language educator and as a student myself of different languages, I know that memorization is very important whenever you're learning a new language. And in this book, I have tried to teach things in a very easy way, one thing at a time, so that memorization comes much more easily. In other words, instead of just throwing a lot of things at you to memorize, as in this chart that you see here, I've tried to introduce them to you slowly, one thing at a time, so that you can master each form individually. In a lot of Spanish books, they just start with the chart that you see here on this page. They just give you that, and you have to memorize all those forms right off the bat. In this book, however, we're moving a little bit more slowly than that. We're trying to pick up speed slowly. So the whole point of this lesson here is to just take a moment to step back and look at all the different forms of jo soy and look at them as a group. And I would encourage you at this point to take the time to study this chart and say it over and over again and really try to commit all these forms to memory. And by memorizing all these forms, you'll do yourself a big favor because your translation skills will be much better and your conversational skills will be much better. As you memorize these different forms, be sure to start with jo soy and then go down to tú eres and then él es and ella es and then to the top of the next column in that fashion. In other words, don't start with jo soy and then go across to nosotros somos. Start with jo soy and then go down. And we will be returning to this chart in the next few lessons, and we'll learn more about it as we progress along.